and welcome to another edition of Political Empire. I'm your host, Kim Pearsall with the Press Enterprise and PE.com. We're going to talk about how the city of Riverside recently reprimanded one of their own city council members on how he interacted with a fire department inspector. And then we're going to talk about Riverside County and their sheriff and his efforts with pension reform. So first, food fight. Riverside Councilman Paul Davis was reprimanded by his fellow council members recently. A city fire inspector made an official complaint that the councilman was disrespectful and interfering with her work when she was checking on his food truck festival in downtown Riverside. So it sounds like that has been resolved, but definitely Councilman Davis was reprimanded by his colleagues in City Hall. So now we're going to go to the pension problem issue. Appearing in studio is Jeff Horseman. Riverside County Sheriff Stan Sniff has taken a keen interest in changes to the county's pension system made at the county and state level. The state legislature last Friday passed changes that raised the retirement age for police and firefighters from 50 to 57 before they're eligible for full pension benefits. Riverside County reporter Jeff Horseman is here to talk about why that worries the sheriff. So Jeff, what has Sheriff Sniff so concerned?
Well, specifically that the older a deputy is, that the less effective he or she becomes, that you don't want deputies, and Sheriff Sniff is 63, by the way, but he sees law enforcement as kind of more, patrol duties more for people in their 20s or 30s, and he doesn't want to see a lot of 50-plus-year-old deputies who are, maybe on average a little less physically capable of doing the job. And he says it's not a matter of just giving them desk jobs because there's really not that many desk jobs to go around. And
didn't Sniff also have concerns about what the county did recently to overhaul pension systems?
Right. Before the state did what it did, he actually asked for the County Board of Supervisors to delay their pension changes because he was concerned. Well, first of all, he says that the prospect of retirees or people within the system paying more into for their benefits has already led a lot of his senior staff who were near retirement anyway to retire early rather than incur what was basically a financial penalty for them. And the second part of that was that he was worried that the county at the time had maybe less lucrative pension benefit than some surrounding agencies, and that was going to make it harder to recruit and retain deputies, compared to other agencies. Now, what the state did is kind of level the playing field by raising the retirement age to 57 for those CalPERS agencies. So maybe that concern is alleviated a little bit.
And like you said, he has a litany of concerns about some of the overhauls that have been taken. But why then the big efforts to make these changes to pension systems statewide, locally?
Well, pensions have been a big issue in terms of their sustainability, in terms of the cost to the taxpayers, and the state, if you believe the numbers, the state's going to save anywhere from $52 to $72 billion over the next 30 years. And that's also what drove pension changes at the county level, that they didn't want all the money that could otherwise be used for police and fire and other public services going to pay off pension benefits. The county already has a pension debt of close to $1 billion, and they feel that by doing what they did, they kind of put the brakes on that and made that made it so that not all the money, all the taxpayer money is going to be going to pensions.
True. Well, Jeff, thanks so much for tackling this issue for the paper and for us today. And thank you for watching another edition of Political Empire. We're going to keep you posted on all of the pension news because there's a lot of it, and all the Political Empire news that's going on in our Inland Empire.